Hey y'all. Hey y'all. You ready to get started? This is my very first masterclass and I am so excited. Okay, so untrap your mind, baby. This is the masterclass for your soul. This is all the shit that they did not teach us. So welcome to class, okay? First things first, I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to me for showing up today. I want to say thank you to you for showing up today. I want to say thank you to you for making this investment in yourself. Because if not you, then who? If not you, then who, boo? And if not me, then who? So yeah, I'm just really happy for this energy exchange. I'm excited to share this knowledge and wealth with you today. So that way you can elevate and grow and experience divine structure. You know what I'm saying? Experience your most authentic life, because that's what it's all about. So yeah, throughout the journey, we learned a whole lot. But the hardest part is applying that shit. So that's what this masterclass is all about, baby. The first thing we're going to cover, learn, relearn, unlearn, all of that, is how to master the skills that we have within. We already know how to balance our ego. Like, we already have it within us. So the purpose is to teach us how to be still in the moment, to provide the ego a safe space to rest. Rest being the definition as follows. Taking a break from a stressful situation. So that shit that's on your mind that you can't get off your mind, yeah, you need to rest. You need to take a break because your ego is in balance now. So it's necessary for us to learn how to hold space for ourselves so that way we can explore our inner suppressed emotions and understand the triggers and trauma that's attached to it. Bet you ain't even think about that. The key here is creating a safe space, embodying compassion and grace for self. This is how we shift from understanding our emotions and trigger instead of judging and criticizing our emotions and triggers. So then once we learn and accept stillness and rest by creating a safe space to understand our emotions and acknowledge the triggers that we've carried, because we either carrying the trauma or we carrying the knowledge. Which one you want to keep carrying? So we will learn how to embrace our authentic truth. I'm low-key about to force you to carry the knowledge. Here we're going to explore our human design in depth. We're going to apply it in real time, and we're going to learn how to embrace the flow rather than trying to continue our habit of controlling and forcing the control. Okay? I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm excited. So let's start by creating a safe space. We got to start by cultivating a safe space. And in order to cultivate that safe space, you have to provide yourself with grace and compassion. So I'm going to give you 10 minutes. I want you to go ahead and hit play on this guided meditation. And I want you to create and cultivate your safe space. I am about to learn you in this moment what it means to be compassionate and gracious with yourself. I'll see you on the next slide, baby. All right. I hope that you feel good. I hope that you cultivating that safe space felt amazing. Because I want you to carry that. Keep that energy, baby. It's going to be necessary. So let's get into understanding the lesson. So I've been talking about this for a while. And here we're going to dive a little bit deeper into it. Accepting the ego. Okay. That's the first. There's 3 phases to the transformation. And the first phase is accepting the ego. Accepting your current perspective. Okay. Then we're going to acknowledge the inner child. We are going to acknowledge our emotions and feelings. Yeah, we're going there. And then we're going to embrace our higher self, or embrace our authentic truths. That, my friend, is how you transform. Let's do it. So the ego is simply the subconscious mind, the part of our mind with no filter that just blindly believes what is taught because we're told that's just how it is. Them beliefs that we still carrying. Yeah, that is what's running your life right now. That is the shit that is running your life. So we understand our ego by observing our inner dialogue, the beliefs about ourselves, the confidence in our capabilities and ability to live the life of our dreams. That is exactly what the ego is. That's how you acknowledge the ego. That's how you learn to accept the ego. So let's go into the second part, the second phase of it all. Let's be clear about what the inner child actually is, because some of the things that we've been taught, it ain't it, baby. It ain't it. So the areas of our conscious mind that have not fully developed, yeah, that's the inner child. The undeveloped mind process when it comes to triggers and trauma, that's your inner child. That's some versions of your inner child that still need a little bit of attention, okay? So our conscious mind is the part of us that feels like we're in control, but really it's just a reaction to the suppressed emotions and feelings that are showing us exactly what's still undeveloped. But don't get it twisted now. The inner child's not all bad. Sometimes we suppress our passions, the things that light us up, the things that bring us joy. Because half the time, most people don't know what makes them happy. They don't know what they're passionate about. So don't think that the inner child is just all about, trauma. Sometimes we have been conditioned to believe that we can't live out our dreams, and we suppress it. But that's an emotion. So I would say 9 times out of 10, what people don't realize is when you're dealing with the inner child, it's more suppressed happy feelings. It's more suppressed higher frequency emotions rather than the lower ones. Food for thought. Moving right along to embracing. So think of your higher self as the connection between your human experience and the universe. Yep. Your higher self is the direct source of divine guidance, structure, faith, willpower, basically your resource library for everything and anything that you need to shift into a higher vibration. Yeah. You gotta learn how to embrace that shit, baby. So let's get into the ego. Our current reality, our current perspective. The ego is either balanced or imbalanced, and this is your yin-yang energy. So if you need to get a clear understanding on the difference between your masculine and your feminine energy and how you're showing up and what that means, I would highly recommend you go to module 1 of the workbook. do that work. Do the work for module 1, and you will have a clear understanding. At least it'll give you a little bit more clarity when it comes to masculine and feminine energy. Remember, the ego is our current reality. So that is co-created by our beliefs. Our beliefs form within the subconscious mind. We were taught how to show up in the world from examples provided to us. So this could have been from your parents. This could have been from your caregivers. However they showed up in the world, whenever it came to real life situations, that was taught to us subconsciously. This is how we're supposed to show up. This is how we handle these situations. This is the response to this trauma, to this trigger. Now, remember, the subconscious mind it has no filter. So it just blindly accepts and believes anything until we work together with our inner child and our higher self to create the belief that works best for our alignment. So keep that in mind. Our masculine energy, and I'm gonna give you an example. Our masculine energy can be imbalanced. The imbalance within the masculine energy is a direct reflection of the masculine imbalance that you have witnessed within your mother, within your father, or within your caregiver growing up. This isn't typically something that you do. Well, you do it now, but this belief wasn't formed today. This is from your younger years, okay? Younger years. So this is how you learned to navigate. This could have been in the very beginning of time. This could have been your first few years of life. That's usually when our subconscious starts picking up things. It's like a sponge. So the intention is to find what your balance looks like within both your masculine and feminine energy. So again, working on module 1 in the workbook, that's going to help you do that. So let's go into the inner child. Because now that we've accepted where we're at, now that we've accepted the imbalance, we can acknowledge what we need to do to find a balance. They all work together, y'all. It's not you do one way and this way, and then this is the result. No, they all work together. You just got to understand them individually. So healing the inner child isn't about eating your favorite childhood snacks or coloring in a coloring book once a week. No. The inner child is truly the inner version of us that we verbally abuse for reacting with emotions and feeling emotions that we subconsciously learned to believe were signs of weakness. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Like, our subconscious mind governs our thought process to the point to where if we feel certain emotions, we immediately judge ourselves or criticize ourselves for it. So whatever laws govern our ego, these beliefs are what the inner child is judged and criticized based off. Are you picking up this shit? Like, seriously, are you understanding that your inner child is constantly being watched and judged and criticized based off of your current perspective of life, your subconscious way of thinking? Crazy. And just to take it a step further, like, please understand that the conscious mind is truly all of the things that are undeveloped within the mind. The conscious mind fully develops around puberty. This is why the connection is with the inner child. Whatever we were experiencing around that time, it either helped us fully develop or it left it undeveloped, causing us to respond to the same triggers throughout life in the same way, which is what we were taught. So if you're not at a place where you can recognize, okay, this is an unhealthy response, I need to take a step back and try something different, now would be a good time to start analyzing those things. So go on to module 2 and work on this stuff in module 2, because this is going to help you, okay? So as much as the conscious mind believes that it's in control by suppressing the emotions, the subconscious mind is actually governing how far we can truly expand past our hidden beliefs. So we first got to understand what our hidden beliefs are for us to then understand why we feel that we have to suppress those emotions. Shit gets deep. Okay, so the higher self, our authentic truths, right? When you understand the conflict between the ego and the inner child, you gain appreciation for the higher self and the guidance. The higher self is our own direct source of unconditional love, support, compassion, grace, ease, comfort, stability, safety, protection, and so much more. Finding gratitude becomes easier and stronger. It becomes easier the stronger the connection grows between our higher self, the ego, and the inner child. The three start working together rather than against each other. Our higher self provides the vision with the guidance, but the inner child and the ego have to work together to develop the areas of uncertainty that are still undeveloped. You see, I told you, you don't just focus on one without the other two. It's a union. The beauty of the threes. The beauty of the threes. So let's work through this trauma real quick. And I hope that this example allows you to understand how and why they all have to work together and not against each other. So let's break down this example of the ego, which, remember, this is the subconscious mind. These are the hidden beliefs that we have. I hate my job because it doesn't pay my true worth, but I could never quit because money doesn't grow on trees, and I got bills to pay. How many people are currently in that mindset? It's okay. It's okay. That's why we're here. So let's go into the example of the inner child, the conscious mind. I would love to follow my dreams and passions. I would love to be passionate about what I do for work and create things that contribute to the world. Some of us, this is where we're at, and we feel stuck because we don't know how. Well, how am I going to do that? Because our belief is money don't grow on trees and I got bills to pay. So let's see how, if we all work together, how we could really start changing and elevating our perspective. We are so amazing. And when I say we, I want you to pick all the versions of you and acknowledge all of these versions of you as we. We are so amazing. We are meant to be living our life full of happiness and passion. Let's focus on replacing the addictions that have kept us stagnant with meditation and intentional time working towards our goals. See, the higher self is going to come in with the guidance, the wisdom and the knowledge that we need to make the change, to make the shift. And then it's going to also tie in how we are capable of everything. Acknowledging the stagnant energy and giving us the solution to getting out of that stagnant energy. I mean, it really is beautiful how the shit all works together. So let's discuss and analyze this, shall we? So I know you're probably thinking these 3 questions, okay? Because these are 3 questions I get all the time. So we're gonna go through these questions. How do I balance the masculine and feminine energy? Well, I got a simple answer for you. First, you're gonna observe which energy you're operating out of. What is your most dominant energy? Do you operate mainly out of your masculine, or do you mainly operate out of your feminine? And if you aren't sure, again, module 1, section 2 is going to help you with that. Then you're going to ask yourself, what do I feel like I have to protect myself from? Because you're operating in one of these energies because of something that has happened in your past experience that's made you believe that, we'll never let that happen again. So moving forward, we're going to show up like this. So that way niggas know. Might not be the right mindset, but that's the mindset. So we have to understand it. Don't judge it. Understand it. And how do you do that? Well, my favorite way, call in your higher self for guidance to bring healing to the most dominant energy so that way you can find balance. It's really that simple, baby. I promise you. It is that simple. So let's go into the next one. What do I do when I'm feeling my feelings? This is the $1 million question right here. The first thing that I'm going to tell you to do is to rest, to take a break from that stressful situation, to give the replay in your mind a fucking break. Put that shit on pause and just be present in the moment. And I know that might be hard to do, but you got to shift your mindset into, I can do this. And then you got to ask yourself, what do I need at this time? You will be shocked at how you start spilling the beans about what you need. And then, of course, you're going to call in your higher self. You got to have that support and compassion. You got to be able to focus on nurturing yourself during this time so that way you can set yourself free. Again, it can really be that simple. It's all in the mind. So last question that I know you're probably wondering. I mean, you probably got more, but these are the ones that I know you like. But Trap, how do I connect with my true purpose in life? Well, baby, I thought you never asked. In order to connect with your true purpose, you must first connect with your authentic self. You must connect with your authentic truth. I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and if you don't know the answers to those questions, then it's completely fine. This just means that we got some ego and inner child work that we gotta navigate through, so that way we can be enlightened about what it is that is trying to be shown to us. So what are your passions? What brings you joy and happiness? What brings you peace? When are you most at peace? What lights you up? How do you pour into others and it never drains your energy? What are some of the things that people are constantly telling you that you are constantly doing for them? Why do people love your energy so much? And then this is one of my favorite questions. What's the one thing that you have wanted to do, that one dream that you had, that the moment you start wondering what if, you shut it down and you feel your energy shift completely? Guarantee you that's the thing that you're supposed to be doing. Guarantee you that's your true life purpose. But let's keep going. Activity time. So take a moment. Now that we've cultivated and created the safe space, I want you to take a moment to explore your emotions, discover a new perspective, find out what's troubling you, what's bothering you. Here's some questions. I got some questions right here to help you do that. We are going to learn to accept our ego and acknowledge our emotions and feelings right now. I'm going to give you a couple of minutes. Okay. How you feeling? I know you probably like, girl, I need a damn session now. It's fine. It's fine. We'll get there. Let's dive a little bit deeper though, shall we? So the secret sauce. Here is the secret sauce that the universe has given me to live in authenticity. Okay. So throughout all you experience during a transformation, when you show up as your authentic self, you realize just how wonderful life truly is. So use affirmations to elevate the quality of your inner dialogue. There's affirmations in the workbook, so utilize them. Replace the I can't beliefs with anything is possible. Anything is possible. If you have a belief, a dream, an aspiration, anything is fucking possible. You can do it. You just got to put your mind to it. I know it sounds cliche, but it's true. Look at me. It's true. Now, the major tool for me has been learning how to operate in my human design. This tool has helped me understand my human experience as far as my life themes and the best way for me to operate in the moment to keep my energy in full alignment with my purpose. Human design is the groundbreaking component in my journey that made the shifts make sense because they were catered specifically to me and only me. So your human design is going to allow you to recognize current themes, common things that happen in your life, throughout your life. It's not happening by mistake, baby. They are happening because they are supposed to happen. You're supposed to learn how to navigate through them. You're supposed to learn how to let them work for you, not working against them. So the human design is going to help you do that. So let's get right into it. By design, embracing the self-awareness. You may or may not be familiar with the buzz term right now, human design. When studying this experiment, I discovered a unique method to use this tool as a resource to take action and show up in the most authentic ways. See, first you want to learn what your type, strategy, authority, and your not self themes are. I was being watched. That was crazy. To experience more authentic opportunities with consistent waves of peace and happiness. This man was just watching me through the window. That was creepy. So yeah, your type, your strategy, and your authority, those three work hand in hand. Your not self theme is the alarm to let you know, listen up, bitch. Listen up. Something ain't right. We need to take a break. We need to rest. Take a break from a stressful situation. I just want you to know what rest really means. That's really it. So let's go over this. Your type, think of this as your aura. Matter of fact, think of this as your energetic signature, okay? There's 5 types in the human design. There's the generator, the manifesting generator, the manifester, the projector, and the reflector. Simple. You're one of the 5. Simple. Your strategy. Each strategy is the same based off of the type. So if you're a generator, your strategy is to respond. Simple as that. You are supposed to respond That is your strategy. So your strategy is your natural state of navigation and interaction. Here's the thing. The strategy and the authority work together to reduce resistance. So if you're a generator and your authority, and your strategy is to respond, you are supposed to respond based off of your emotions, because your authority is your emotional. All generators are meant to respond based off your emotions. So your authority is your inner compass to alert you of which path is best for you. So when you use this with your strategy method, things will start to flow, and you'll start noticing how you force less. It's less force. You just start flowing. Things just start coming in. You're just like, damn. It's kind of like I think it and it appears. Like Nipsey said, I spoke some things into the universe and they appeared. This is the definition of that, baby. Now, how do you know if something's not in alignment? I'm glad you asked. That is going to be your not self theme. The emotion that shows up, that is your not self theme. So if you're a generator, that's going to be frustration. Frustration is going to be your theme, your emotion. That's going to be that sounding alarm to let you know, this ain't it. There's an opportunity for redirection. If you're a projector, it's going to be bitterness. You're going to feel bitter about some shit. Sound an alarm. Let's do it. I'm so excited. So I want you to go ahead and grab your human design. And I want you to look at your type, your strategy, and your type, strategy, authority, and your not self theme. If you got it printed out, highlight it. If you got it on your phone or on your computer, just look at it. Make notes. Go to your notes or go to your journal and write it out. And then look at some of the characteristics. Go to the ebook and or the workbook and start looking at it and seeing what resonates with you. Are you able to see how you've been working against your natural flow? So let's look at your type. When you look at your type, does it resonate with you? And how have you been showing up in ways that you thought that you should have been, rather than ways that you are supposed to? Oh, I said that wrong. I said it right. We think that we're supposed to operate in a particular way, but we're not. We're supposed to operate in our design and what feels good. This is why we base it off of our emotions. If you're a generator, you have to go with what you feel. All right. So then taking that, basing things off of what you feel, let's reflect on the not self theme. Let's look at moments, reflect on moments where you were operating in that energy. Think about times where you were frustrated. Think about times where you felt bitterness. Think about times where you were irritated. You know what I'm saying? Think about those times and see if you can recognize, damn, I was operating out of alignment. And as a result, I did feel like this. And I remember the outcome of that situation. So now moving forward, what commitment can you make to yourself? How can you not operate like that moving forward? Okay. If you have questions or you need me to go in detail, hit me up. Just email me. We can work it out. We could set some time aside. You don't have to do this alone. But I did want to provide you with this starting point. So let's recap today's class. Shall we? Recap number 1. Our subconscious beliefs are the fuel that keeps our ego in conflict with our authentic truth. The more we focus on the present moment, the more we will naturally use our inner compass to make decisions that are in most alignment with our truths. Okay, recap number 2. Healing the inner child is not about taking yourself on dates or coloring in the living room floor when you feel emotions. In fact, it's the opposite when you think about it. Healing the inner child is the parenting that we didn't get. It's the parenting of the inner version of ourselves that are still undeveloped. These areas that we still respond in childish reactions based off of the triggers. Recap number 3. Understand that your higher self is the authentic truth. That's your authentic truth. And it's the connection that you have to the higher source of energy, to the universe. It's less intimidating when you think about it that way. Look at your higher self as the main resource for anything that you need in the moment. The connection is strengthened by your connection with the big homie. So if you are directly connected with the universe, then you and your higher self, it's like that. It's like that TikTok. If we locked in, ain't no switching up. That's what you need to think about with your higher self. If we locked in, ain't no switching up. Recap 4. One of the principles of the human design is to be who you are meant to be rather than trying to show up who you think you should be. Mastering your own uniqueness is going to be the life-changing transformation that you've been longing for. The one thing you thought was going to take forever to achieve, baby, is within finger reach. It's within reach. Oh, congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you for joining class. This masterclass, I hope it's been helpful. I hope that you have gained some insight along with the workbook. But this is just the beginning, okay? So if you're ready to take that leap of action and you're ready to make some shit pop, hit your girl up so we can go ahead and book your session, so we can go ahead and get you right in alignment with what you're supposed to be doing. I am so excited. I am so excited to dive into your human design with you. I'm so excited to come up with a strategy for you. I'm just, this is my favorite part. This is the new level to my gift. And I'm really, really excited to share it. So I appreciate you. I thank you. And I look forward to seeing you soon. Peace.